Hello everybody and welcome to our first live stream of 2022. We are so excited for the year ahead and to be holding our first stream of the year. So my name is Steph and I'm the events officer at AIE Sydney campus. We're also joined by Matt, who is our events lead from the Adelaide campus. So hello Matt, how are you going?
Hi Steph, hello, I'm very well, thank you. Just had a excellent little holiday break and I'm rejuvenated and ready to start 2022.
Good stuff. So today what we have in store, we're going to be looking back at the year that was. We've got a whole bunch of exciting things to look back on. So we're going to be looking at some of the alumni projects that they've worked on. We're also going to be looking at some of the amazing work that came out of 2021, looking at events like our Game Jam. So stay tuned. It's going to be super exciting. And don't forget, if you have any questions, to pop them in the chat and we will be answering them as we go along. So Matt, I guess we will start off by showing an amazing project. Did you want to talk a little bit about what our alumni have been up to?
Yes, absolutely. So congratulations to all AIE alumni last year. They worked on some incredible games and films. We would be here for, probably until 2023 if we had to play trailers of them all. So we're not playing favourites, but we've just picked a few here and there that we thought were special to our hearts a little bit. And so we're going to be having a look at those trailers, see what some of the AIE alumni worked on, and just having a bit of fun. Like, it's January, so letting our hair down and just having a nice little welcome into the year. And so the first project we're going to be looking at is one that I cannot wait to go see. In saying that, I have waited, so it's a bit of a contradiction there. SpiderMan No Way Home. So I am a massive Marvel nerd, love all the movies, and so I think we'll first up have a bit of a look at the trailer and then have a bit of a chat about it. So take it away, Steph.
Definitely.
So just need to fade in the screen.
My apologies.
Oh, there we go. That's all right. This is.
Oh, hang on. That's not right. Oh, we'll give you that one.
There we go.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors. From every universe.
Hello, Peter. You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Look, there has to be another way!
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe.
You're not gonna take this away from me. Peter, you're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone. What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
Did
December 17th, exclusively in movie theaters. Tickets on sale November 29th. Spider Monday.
Great. So sorry about that technical difficulty there, but we did get it in the end. So awesome project there. And we also have XR, who is from our Melbourne campus, joining us as well. So welcome, XR.
Thanks, Steph. I really appreciate it.
Great. So what an amazing film. XR, have you seen it? I know, Matt, before you were saying you haven't. Have you seen it yet?
Yes, I've seen it. I went to the cinema after the Melbourne lockdown ended and everyone in Melbourne was able to enjoy the cinemas once again. It was not only such an amazing film, but also being able to sit in a cinema and experience that with an audience that was so immersed into the SpiderMan franchise and everything. Definitely brought back a lot of childhood memories. It was crazy, the emotions that I think not only myself, but I think everyone would understand they went through. It was like emotional, sad, happy. Everyone's like laughing in the theater all together. So it was a very community experience. So it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So the movie itself, I like, even just watching the trailer, I've probably seen it about like 20 times now. No, probably a bit more actually. But the special effects in it are so good as well. Like, it's got some of my favorite actors pretty much ever. Like Benedict Cumberbatch. Are we all in agreement that he is one of the greatest?
He's great.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, can we get some love hearts in the chat for Benedict? I love that guy.
Definitely.
Shout out to Benedict. Happy if he's watching.
I think he is.
Definitely, yeah. I saw him register for it. And then Tom Holland and Zendaya, like, love those two.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're the best as well. But the special effects in it, so like that's something I'm really looking forward to. XR, how did you find that the more that digital side to the movie?
I thought it was amazing. I think if people see how the visual effects from the very, very first Spider-Man until now, I think even someone without visual effects background can see the huge difference in the technology and how much it's changed over time. And I think what's an exciting thing about this as well is the alumni students at AIE who worked on this film, today, imagine them as kids. This is something they watched growing up, and the inspiration and, the giving back to the VFX community and being like, I was part of this and I grew up watching the movies. I think that's really special and very unique.
Definitely.
Yeah, and being able to do it here from Australia as well, which is awesome.
Oh, so, yeah, definitely. I think everyone thinks it's like Hollywood and everything, but the opportunity to be able to work on these films in the Australian film industry, that's awesome.
Yeah, and for those that aren't aware, Marvel is also actually opening up a studio on the East Coast. So if you are looking at studying VFX, or you're even currently studying VFX, I think there's going to be a fair few Marvel movies made here in Australia in the next decade. So if you've got a lifelong dream to be one of the ones creating those, it can happen. Absolutely. Awesome. All right, so that was an alumni film that we just put on and had a bit of a talk about. Next up, I do want to touch on an alumni game. So once again, like, there are so many games all around the world that were created with use of alumni or by some of our alumni, but the one we're going to be looking at is Age of Darkness Final Stand, which is a style of game which is close to my heart, real-time strategy. But we'll talk about it a little bit after the trailer. But when you're ready, Steph, take it away.
I'm ready this time. Let's get it right. Okie dokie.
As daylight fades, fear grows. A once forgotten evil spreads across the land. They call it the Veil. An unknowable force of chaos, consuming all in its path. Our warriors fight against the horrors of the night. relentless, merciless darkness. We defy and we resist. But so many have fallen, and many more will fall. As we guard the last embers of hope, we make our final stand.
Okay, so that was the Age of Darkness Final Stand trailer. Once again, an amazing project, and I don't know if either of you have had a go at playing it, but that definitely made me excited to have a little run out of here and play.
A little sneak peek. I haven't had to play it yet, but in saying that, like, shout out to any StarCraft 2 players out there. I still play StarCraft 2. I love it. I watch the professional scene, and real-time strategies are just one of my absolute all-time favorite, probably actually my all-time favorite genre of game. So this was on my radar, and I'm not gonna lie, this is talking about it now and kind of seeing it and doing a bit of research into it as well. Just on the break before, or not the break, sorry, but before this live stream, I actually opened up Steam and I started trying to purchase it because I will actually end up playing it over the next few days. But yeah, a really awesome looking game, and made from Playside in Melbourne. So XR, Melbourne campus, shout out.
Woo, go Melbourne. Yeah, definitely. It's totally awesome that Playside is just right around the corner, and the fact we have a lot of alumni, AIE students who end up working at Playside as well. I did watch the gameplay. I'm not a big strategy game player. I'm more of like an simulation, Animal Crossing kind of person, but hands down, the graphics look amazing. Like, it looks so professional and clean, kind of therapeutical in a way, just how it's easy to view as well. So if you're sitting at a computer playing it for a little while, it's not straining your eyes. So yeah, I'm super excited to have a play of it and experience the game.
Yeah, so yeah, very big congratulations to Playside for that release. That is awesome, and I'm sure there's a lot of players around the world right now that are having many hours of fun with that game. So awesome, and excited to see some of the other games that are going to come out from studios all around the East Coast, around Australia, and of course we've even got our 2 campuses from AIE in the US. So we've got alumni in the US working in big AAA studios over there. So all round, it's pretty cool. One of the favorite parts of working at AIE is just being exposed to like so many different games. It's just like, hey, this is coming out, this is coming out, this is coming out. It's like not enough time, too many games.
It does feel like that for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I guess we'll move on a little bit. That was really great to see some alumni work. Now we're going to look back at some student work from 2021. So we're going to start with a few games. We've got Vibe City and Bad Luck Black Cat. So we are going to play those now for you.
Here's a special news bulletin.
We've got a hot one for you.
Come on! Check it out! Get it! Check it out!
What he gonna do? What he gonna do?
Check it out!
You wanna dance? Take me, I'm yours. Wow. Don't stop now.
All right, so what do we think of those? Have you guys played either of those games before?
Yeah, I've played the Vibe City, so it was actually kind of fitting that we played a SpiderMan trailer, and then you've got Vibe City, like very similar style. So you use a grappling gun to move around the city, and the idea is that it's meant to be like a multiplayer game, and you compete graffitiing certain like billboards and stuff. So it took me probably about 10 minutes to actually get the hang of how to move, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of frustration involved in the start of it. I just wanted to be able to like Spider-Man fly through the city really well. But after that, I ended up really loving it. And I think there are 2 teachers and I that actually ended up sitting down and playing it for probably about half an hour before we realized that we had other games to go see. So, no, that was a really awesome game. Vibe City, loved it. And the animations to it, shout out to the artists, were incredible for that.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Bad Luck Black Cat game. The visuals are my jam. Like I said before, I love Animal Crossing. So of course, when I saw whoever did the concept art and the art animation of that, I can see the inspiration there, and it's so cute and so lovable. So definitely, can't believe these are our graduate games that they've created, and especially during lockdown and everything we've had within the last year as well. So, super applause to them for working in that kind of environment on top of everything else. So definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And for context for the viewers here, so those trailers that we just watched, the 2 games, so they were student projects from our second years last year. So when I say projects, at AIE, when you study with us, like you create lots of different projects, but in your second year, which is your final year, in the second half of the year, you spend 15 weeks and you essentially mimic a game studio. So you'll work, if you're a designer, you'll work with programmers and with artists and spend 15 weeks developing a vertical slice of a video game. So that's what you just watched there, were those trailers of those games. So it's also incredible to see that that sort of quality game was made in just 15 weeks from students. So big shout out to everyone who got through last year, and especially as we mentioned, like the challenges that last year put up, and it was incredible seeing the outcome and glory over it. So well done, everybody.
Definitely, and it was good to see so many smiles of the people playing it as well while they were playing. So definitely kudos to them. So now we're also going to be looking back at some of the projects, like Matt was saying, that our second years created last year. So specifically looking at sort of VFX this time, where they made films. So we've got Dominion and Killing Time, which we'll be showing now. So please enjoy.
Maintain formation.
Enemy is coming in 7 clicks. Stand by.
All right, yellow leg. This is it. You and me.
Move out, Billy.
Okay, there we have it. Some of the year 2 film projects. What are our thoughts?
Do you want to start, Matt?
You can start this time. Go for it.
Okay. Both such amazing films. Definitely, I will point out the first one that we watched. It did seem really, really intense, but also keep in mind that it was done by the Melbourne campus and they had the whole entire class work on that project. And not only in lockdown, but also in a studio mimic environment where the students that wanted to specialize in something in particular, so like texturing or modeling or something, they could really focus on that field and really bring it into, the final project there. And so it looks crazy, crazy intense, but also the amount of students all working on it at one time in that team work environment and everything is incredible. So what an opportunity for them to be able to work like that. And I think I spoke to some of the students as well and, finding out from them what they found about the experience studying here at AIE in a pandemic mode as well. They absolutely love being challenged in that way, to actually work from home in a way, to do the studio type work, which makes them job ready as well. And in Killing Time, amazing, amazing, cute film there where you can look at all the beautiful texturing and the challenges the Sydney students had during their lockdown as well. It was a lovely piece of work too.
Yeah, absolutely echo that statement. Definitely, no, they were two awesome projects. I actually hadn't seen Dominion. I was a little taken back at how incredible that was.
Yeah,
like,
it was
I could
amazing.
have definitely kept.
Yeah.
I would
That's why I
happily
did want to
watch
make
the
note
movie.
that it was made by the entire class, keeping that in
Yeah.
mind. So the team was a lot bigger, but you can
Yeah.
see all the little tiny details that made that huge difference as well.
And actually, that was going to be my point, X. You've actually beat me to the punch there, which was I noticed in both. So I'd seen Killing Time before, so I knew it was a fantastic piece and fantastic project. But only when I was watching it there and I was actually sitting down and kind of taking it in, did I notice one of the things that makes artists like just that little bit, I guess, they stand out in a way. And so in Dominion, I was watching, and in the first few scenes, did anyone else notice that on the plane at the front, because the force that the propeller was having, the top of the plane was just shaking up and down like a tiny little bit. And I was like, if I was an artist, there was no way I'd ever would have picked that. Like, I would have just been like, the product goes around, right? And so that was like even subtle parts like that. And then in Killing Time, I noticed that when they both shot each other and they landed on the ground, you could barely see it, but like my eyes just adjusted and you could see some tiny little dust particles of where the body landed. And I was I'd never noticed those tiny little things before, but they actually do make a really big difference. So absolute, once again, like shout out to both all the visual effects artists who worked on those two projects. They were incredible.
Great. And I believe, Matt, you were going to talk about some of the events that we had throughout the year.
Yes, absolutely. So once again, like this is meant to be a best of, looking forward to 2022 live stream. But in saying that, like, what do we have from last year that we can get really excited about for this year and do it bigger and better? And events is one of those scenes where you're currently live streaming with 3 events officers. So this is our role, and this is what we get excited about and passionate about. So last year we had a lot of different internal events for students to help build that fun culture. And for those that say it can't be done during COVID, we challenge you. We absolutely challenge you. We made it work. So some of those events that we had, that we ran, we had game jams. For those that don't know, that is generally a 48-hour period that you either individually or as a team, you get in a group and you need to create a game from start to finish within that 48-hour time frame. It's very challenging. Very, very sleep depriving, and it can be a lot of fun. So yeah, we had some really successful game jams. In a moment, we're actually going to play a short little show reel of some of the ones that came out of December's game jam, which was themed festive. Now, I was hoping that that the theme festive would, I know someone might think outside of the box, but in saying that, students stick with what they love. There are a lot of guns. There's a lot of Santa.
Naturally.
There's a lot of blowing up stuff.
Yeah.
So there actually were some really cool games that were outside of the box. Actually, though, that was it wasn't all the games that were like that. But yeah, definitely we had a game jam. We also had an art jam. So that's a similar style, but rather than creating a game, you just create a piece of art over the 48 hours. So that was really fun. We had some esports tournaments last year, which were really good. So I ran some here in the Adelaide campus face to face, but then we actually rolled it out nationally, and we had some of the students from Sydney campus, online campus, the Adelaide campus, all playing with each other, competing on one of the off days, not during school time. And that was a lot of fun as well to help build that culture. So we really are lucky that we're in an industry that leans itself so heavily into being online and remote. So yes, we had a lot of great internal events, and definitely more to look forward to. Once again, like bigger, better this year. But let's have a bit of a look at the show reel from the game jam from December.
Let's do it. There we have it. A lot of sleepless nights for those.
Yeah, 48 hours. It's a lot to create a game in 48 hours. So yeah, that was just a small snippet. There are, I think, about 10 total games, and about 6 total art pieces from the art jam at the same time. So very well done to all those that participated in that. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking at this year running once again more online events, as well as hopefully, fingers crossed, some face-to-face events as well. But yes, it's game jams. If you haven't done one, I really suggest probably give it a go. It's a lot of fun. And there are actually film jams as well. So if anyone here is a film student, you can create a short in 48 hours as well. All right, so those were the internal events, but also, Steph, I just want to touch on as well, we had some really successful external events. So that's us as AIE going out into the public and running all sorts of event work for schools, for students, for teachers, for parents, really other organisations. And so some of those ones we ran last year, we ran similarly a lot of presentations at schools, so it was fantastic how many schools we were able to reach. We have Emma, who's not with us today on live stream, but she is our event officer for Canberra and online. She did a fantastic job reaching out rurally. So if you're happen to be watching right now and you live in Tasmania or Western Australia where there's no AIE campus, doesn't mean you can't study with us. Get in contact with Emma and the online campus, and you absolutely can. And if you want her to do some presentations or run a workshop, that's what she's there for. So we had, workshops was another one. So with workshops, we actually go out to schools and speak with, or I guess, get hands-on with some of the software that you would use in the industry. So that could be like Maya or Unity or Unreal Engine. And we come out to the school and we run like a 2-hour, 3-hour workshop in game art or game design or programming or VFX, 3D art, etc. So we got out to a lot of schools, ran workshops, and of course careers expos. The team did a fantastic job last year getting out and speaking with a lot of students at the expos. And I know XR just started with us at the end of last year, and she's very excited to get out and to meet a lot of the prospective students and future students of AIE over the next few years. So what are you looking forward to the most out of the event scene, XR?
Oh, where do I start? Definitely for us in Melbourne, just that in-person interaction, just on campus. The students have done so well switching to that online mode, but I'm really excited to have those relationships, the teachers and students, being able to meet in person, and also students to students, just that networking, getting to know each other in person, and getting to know their classmates. I'm super excited to get to know as many schools in the Victoria region as well. I just think I am absolutely excited about giving people the opportunity to know more about film and animation and game design industry, and giving them that exposure. So definitely in high school, I can imagine you're trying to figure out what you want to do. And, if I can help students figure out their passion and what that gets them motivated, that's what I get thrill out of. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, awesome. And Steph, you were with us last year and you went out to a fair few events, but we AIE do go to some pretty big ones. So do you want to maybe touch on your experience?
Yes, definitely. So I will just pop a little visual on the screen. So basically we were lucky enough to be able to go to Oz Comic Con. So that was a really amazing event. We were also lucky enough, as you can see here, we had a panel of our really awesome students talking about how they developed their game and all things game development. So we got to meet a lot of incredible people, a lot of very interested, hopefully future AIE students. But it was a really great thing to have that opportunity for our students. So very exciting, and hopefully we will get to do more of that in the coming year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like big events, I guess I was going to say geek, but it's really like nerd festivals. AIE, like that is us. We love being there. We love having a presence there. So if you know one's coming up, like get in contact with us, say, AIE, hey, come to this. And we absolutely will set up a booth and set up some student games for you to play. So once again, like Academy of Interactive Entertainment. So as much as possible, we love getting you on the computers, on the games or in the software, and having a bit of fun with it as well. So I do know that we've got a fair few events coming up, like the big ones. So of course we'll be running packs later in the year, but we do have Oz Comic Con, Supernova, etc. So a lot of big events coming up. So watch this space for that one as well.
Definitely. So we have run a little bit over time, but I guess thank you so much for both being here and helping out with today's live stream. Usually we do them in the night time. So I guess next is up. So we will just take you through the website quickly. So here's our website here. We have a courses tab where you can read a little bit more about the courses that we have on offer, everything from certificates to beginner courses, even school holiday courses. We also have in our showcase tab, all our future events will be listed here. So if you are interested in visiting a campus and finding out a little bit more or speaking to our staff, definitely attend one of those. Then we also have our live stream, or it's actually called workshops, but this is where we post all our live streams. So if you would like to have a look, please have a look back at these. I'm sure if there's a career that you're interested, we would have spoken to someone who is already in the field, so it's great to get that kind of hands-on advice. You can also contact our campuses and ask a question, or if you are ready, then you can click the big apply now button and come join us. So I think that is mostly it from me. Anything else to add?
I will just quickly say, so if you are looking at studying, we didn't break down in today's live stream a lot of like what our courses are, but we did that specifically because today we just wanted to keep it pretty general. And also we want you to come to us or get in touch, and we can then run through as which course, what's right for you is really like personal and it really depends on where you're at. So get in contact. That's what we're here to do, is to help you through that and guide you through that step. And also probably the most important part to it is if you are thinking of studying with us for the Advanced Diploma, which is our career course, our applications for the February intake are still open, and we will be closing those off about mid-February, but courses start at the start of February. So you've still got time to hit the apply now button, and the next step in the process is to book in that portfolio interview with one of us or our admissions team to come in, have that portfolio interview, and then you're well on your way and you've kickstarted your journey in career in games or film as well. So if you do have more questions, once again, just get in contact with us. But other than that, that is everything on our behalf. Thank you so much all for being with us today. Hope everyone just had a little bit of fun. Hopefully maybe you'll download some of the games that we saw, maybe go watch some of SpiderMan. But hopefully we see you here at AIE soon and creating your games. But yes, thank you very much everyone, and have a lovely day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks everyone.